Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of The Take. I'm your host, as always, Kitch Dix here. Glad you can join us here on The Take, our new virtual studio. We're going to be doing this quite so often, but we want to make it fast, efficient, and quick for you, the audience. So join in the conversation using the hashtag Take here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend. Let's hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on The Take. Let's get to this. Many of you may have saw this. Diddy, Cassie testifying about her situation with Diddy. You see right here, Diddy, Cassie, the whole man. It was you couldn't believe this with Diddy, Cassie testifying about Diddy, about the drugs, the sex, and the rock and roll. That's all in one. Diddy's going to trial for his ST tracketeering, and that did he use Bad Boy Records as a criminal enterprise? The United States government tried, and this is Diddy's family right here watching and witnessing. I know they had to do a lot. Diddy's family is going through a lot, as well as Diddy's going through a lot. Did Diddy use this as a tool to run a criminal enterprise? That's what the U.S. government is. And you can tell right here, Cassie is a little bit shaken, a little bit terrified of what's going on. Man, I just feel sorry for her. She testified about a lot. Let's get to the latest right here on the big story on what's going on with Cassie and Diddy, with Cassie testifying. Right here. You can tell right here, Diddy with the notion right here and stuff. But let's get you up to date on what's going on with Cassie and Diddy and the whole shebang right here, right now.
The prosecution's star witness, Cassie Ventura, took the witness stand for the first time Tuesday, detailing her tumultuous 10-year relationship with Sean Diddy Combs.
I think she's very prepared. I think she understands that she'll tell the truth, whether it helps or hurts.
The R&B singer testified they started dating when she was 22, while she was signed to Combs' record label. She says the relationship became violent, and the music mogul would frequently, quote, bash me on my head, knock me over, drag me, kick me, stomp me. She says she also participated in drug-fueled sex sessions with other men to please Combs, feeling like she had no other choice. Ventura testified the encounters became a job, the longest lasting 4 days. Ventura, who's expecting her third child and noticeably pregnant on the witness stand, is expected to testify for 2 to 3 days. Prosecutors are trying to convince the jury that Combs turned his hip-hop conglomerate into a racketeering enterprise using lies, threats, drugs, and violence to force people to satisfy his sexual desires.
The key for the fact finder is to separate the emotion from the hardness of the description.
David Shapiro is a former Essex County assistant prosecutor and professor at John Jay College of Criminal Justice.
Legally, defense doesn't have to put up any argument. The difficulty for defense here is that Mr. Combs comes with a lot of baggage.
The defense concedes Combs had violent outbursts, but maintains the encounters were voluntary and relationships consensual. Combs' attorneys have indicated they may call Ventura's husband as a witness to discredit parts of her story. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Man, that would be really messy if Cassie's husband would, Mr. Ventura, gets on the stand and cross testifies against his wife while she's carrying his third child. It's just nasty, messy. I mean, with Diddy, with the whole situation and stuff like that, as you can tell right here, Diddy, Cassie trying to recant what she went through with Diddy. I mean, this is really nasty. And then Diddy did hard emojis like this, man. Cassie did not look her way at Diddy. She didn't want to let him. A lot of people been like syndrome. Cassie had sympathy for Diddy to keep afloat, and now they said Cassie was willing participant. I think she was just told by Diddy to do what she need to do to keep her lifestyle afloat. But you can tell right here, Diddy, man, oh man, it ain't looking too well for Diddy. Diddy might be finished and might be cooked. They say he could be sentenced to life for prison. Oh, you kind of hate that for it, but all these parties. These parties should not be going through this with that. And Cassie testified that she did take money from Diddy, like a payoff settlement. But when you're a government witness, what can you do, and how can you function, and how can you factor that, and how can you get to the level you used to get to, and now you got to endure all this all over again, to relive this crime and relive this however it went. Please, I kind of hate it for her. She's pregnant. She can be having her baby anytime soon. Diddy, with his shenanigans and stuff like that, you kind of got to wonder, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You put the girl through so much. Now she got to relive it all. And now it's just, I just hate it for her. Man, I just hope Cassie gets the help that she needs to get her mental health back together, get some clarity back together, because, I mean, that's just really tough right there. All right, in celebrity news, speaking of that, Kim Kardashian, and we tell you right here, we can show you a sketch from Kim Kardashian. We've been showing sketches all day. Kim Kardashian testified about the robberies that she endured. Kim showing valiant memory of when the thieves tried to take her jewelry. Kim tried to give a recount of what happened to her, and she did not hold back on what went down and stuff. A lot of people doing a lot of testifying and stuff from Kim and everybody else. Kim Kardashian, one of the popular socialites, I like to say, getting her, trying to figure out about her robbery and stuff. We'll see if Kim can really cross that. Well, in other news, Tory Lanez almost had his brush with Tory Lanez got stabbed so many times in prison. Man, Tory Lanez had to be sent from the helicopter, and Tory Lanez in stable condition. Thank God he wasn't hurt and none like that. He didn't suffer a big wound of what's going on with Tory and stuff. But hey, hopefully Tory Lanez will get what's going on with him and be recovering soon. Well, speaking of that, we move over to Newsies. On Newsies this week, HBO Max is coming back. HBO Max, you can tell right here, that's now Max, is going to revert back being HBO Max. As you see right here, the new streaming app, new-ish name. They're saying they're on a break, but they be trying to reverse stuff. Popular shows like The Sopranos, what that show called Succession, The Friends, AEW, they're all on HBO Max, so they're going to be coming back. The NBA about to pull the plug on Warner Brothers. So Warner Brothers, HBO Max is back, but back than ever. Speaking of that and stuff like that. And more news and stuff. We're hearing that legendary basketball player, the greatest of all time, Michael Jordan, will be a special contributor to the NBA on NBC. Who can forget? I can remember Michael Jordan playing on the NBA on NBC with the Chicago Bulls, leading them to victories, NBA championship, at least 4 NBA championships. I think 4 or 5. But the Michael Jordan coming back, and Michael Jordan will be giving his first to what he thinks going on in the game. Will he critique Anthony Edwards in Minnesota as a point guard? Came with Steph Curry. Came with there's a lot going on. Michael Jordan's going to be a special contributor to the NBA on NBC. Michael Jordan back on NBC as a special contributor. If you need me, NBC, call me. I will be the host. We can do this. MJ, me, and a couple of others. I heard Shaq I heard a couple of others. I know they trying to keep Shaq and Charles with TNT, but ABC and stuff. But I don't know how Charles Barkley acting. He might not even last on ESPN that long. ESPN is on this last leg as well. But hey, that's near nor there with that. Anyway, well, President's got a lot to say. Let's hear what this knucklehead got to say. Let's hear what he had to say right here on the political rundown.
The greatest of them all. Nobody's seen anything like it. Your country now stands as a hub of global.
All right, we had a feed right there.
Commerce acts as a key diplomatic force on the world stage and hosted the World Cup. People said, oh, the World Cup is going in here someplace. Where's Johnny? Congratulations, Johnny, because you're going to be with us next. He's coming to the United States, actually. Thank you very much. Great job you do, Johnny. The Emir is building a stunning legacy of economic progress, engineering, marvel, cultural, that should make us they are proud. You only have to look at the shimmering skyline of Doha or the beautiful waterfront promenade, which I just looked at a little while ago. There wasn't a tree out of place. Everything's perfect. To understand Qatar's amazing path to modernization and prosperity. And you've done it all while honoring your heritage. You've always stayed with your heritage. You haven't given it up, maintaining your culture and embracing your national traditions.
All right, you heard from President Trump. President Trump, a lot going on with him, talking about getting a plane from the from a terrorist group called Quanah, and he wants to, I guess, pocket it for himself, for him, enrich himself and his family. President Trump better be careful, because you're a government official now. You shouldn't be taking planes and stuff, planes, trains, automobiles from people in different countries. You got to report it and stuff, but he ain't gonna do that. He's gonna watch this out and do what he needs to do. But President Trump's better watch out and realize that things could not go in his favor if he keeps on doing. But like I said, that's President Trump for you. He's gonna do what he wants to do. He's like a rebel, if you will. But a lot of people in his administration getting tasked at hand as well. So President Trump better really realize what's going on, the magnitude of what's going on and how he's contributing business and stuff. So I say that about President Trump. He better knows what he's doing as well. Well, speaking of that, someone who does not like President Trump got an award this week. Robert De Niro, we can tell right here. Bob De Niro. Many of you might saw Bob De Niro on Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, The Godfather, Robert De Niro, Meet the Parents. I kind of remember that, Meet the Parents. Robert De Niro getting the award presented by him by fellow actor Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo and Bob, a lot of people, and Robert De Niro likes brown skinned women. I can't fault him for that, man. But Robert De Niro getting his just due as one of the greatest actors of all time. Even Halle Berry is in attendance. A lot of people are in attendance giving Robert De Niro his flowers while he is still living. So in usher to Bob De Niro on that, Robert De Niro, one of the all-time greats. What an all-time great he is indeed. Well, what we do here on the tape, we do the viral video of the week. What is the viral video of the week? Well, we'll let you see for yourself. Watch this.
Oh no! We APD, right? You really about to do it? We're the biggest in the state, right? You really about to do it? Atlanta PD, we hiring, right?
Technical difficulties.
Check the website.
Man, it's the wrong song.
No, Sarge.
It's the wrong song.
I didn't.
Let's go.
No, I didn't do the thing. After the second part.
All right, you saw that. That was the viral video of the week. The Atlanta Police Department recruiting, trying to get members to recruit so they can play where those fans at. That song is so popular. Even the dude that made the song, 803 Fresh, has been on the Sherry Shepherd show. He was on there yesterday. Now he released and dropped his new single, his new video. It was a really decent video. I think he's from South Carolina or something like that. And he delivered it and dropped it. And so, hey, 803 Fresh. Y'all know, y'all listen to the song. Y'all gonna line dance, do what y'all want to do. However, y'all been doing it. So, hey, 803 Fresh with the new song out there and all about where the fans at. So, hey, you saw how that's going to go out and go down. Well, that's going to do it here for the take. I've been your host, Kendrick Dix, saying so long. Thanks for watching this edition of the take. We'll see you next week edition of the take. And then, you know, hey, this is viral. This viral thing kind of works. We got the red background. We got the background right here. We'll see you later next time here on the take. See you later.